Coach K had back surgery on January the 6th. This is his first game back as the head man for Duke. Let's check out the starting lineups. For Duke, it's Grayson Allen, Frank Jackson getting the nod. Matt Jones has an injured ankle. He'll come off the bench. Luke Kennard, Jason Tatum, talented freshman, and Emil Jefferson. For Pittsburgh, Artis, Johnson, Jones, Jeter, and Young as we are underway from Durham.
Grant Hill, Inigo, Duke, and Minimum.
And Pittsburgh controls the ball.
Of course, Raph, the man-to-man defense is going to be tested. Although Pitt has struggled, they are very good at spreading the floor. They did a great job against UNC, taking advantage of matchups.
Absolutely, and make those threes too, can stretch it.
Johnson on the bounce for Young. Young, the jump shot, doesn't go off the back of the iron, rebounded by Emil Jefferson for Duke.
I think the first 4 minutes, we always say in the ball games, it's key in this building, particularly for Pitt.
Duke coming off an 84-74 win at Notre Dame on Monday night. Grayson Allen had 21 points, 5 rebounds in the victory.
Nice entry.
Jefferson missed it off the iron. Rebound is tracked down by Tatum. New shot clock. Kennard's been on fire. A three.
Wow. And second chance points. Rebounding in a zone. Pitt plays extensive zone defense. They're going to have to block out, prevent those second chance baskets by Duke.
And pressure right after the deuce.
And Pittsburgh does not have a natural point guard in their rotation, which has been a huge issue for the Panthers.
Particularly at the end of the game, they didn't really get a good shot against Carolina the other night for that reason.
At a three for the win, did not go. They lost 80-78 in a tight one.
Now, Artis trying to run the show.
Young, they run out of time. Shot clock violation on the second possession.
And you talk about a point guard or lack thereof. A point guard normally would understand the situation, get them in the right set, and right there they just poor offensive possession. Stallings upset about the lack of execution.
Now this sounds crazy. I'd take that if I'm Pitt versus a turnover, a bad shot leading to a fast break. At least you got some defense set.
Out on the perimeter. And a zone look here for Pitt.
They drive it, they post it, and they make threes.
Tatum. Allen keeps it alive on a new shot clock. Second time that they've got the offensive rebound.
Nice entry.
What a feed! Inside! And it's Jefferson on the finish. Perfect setup by Jackson.
Right away, that 2-2-1, and then they melt into a man.
The lone ACC victory for Pitt was January the 4th, 88-76 in overtime against Virginia. That's their last win overall.
Welcome to the ACC. What a tough road they play. All 4 Carolina teams here.
Just got to recognize the mismatch. Jackson inside on.
Got it. Good call.
Loop it to Young, and a foul called. Young could not get it to drop, but he is going to the free throw line as Jefferson was there with the contact.
And Coach, you talk about dribble penetration, attacking the zone, not settling for jump shots. Jackson made that play by getting into the teeth of that Pitt defense.
You know, I don't want to offend you guys, but that's when Mike walked out on the floor. That was the type of adulation I received when I was coaching at Seton. When? I mean, you can't relate. You guys were never in that position.
Do you have film of this still?
Well, it's just a very strong memory. Vivid.
I think the film's in black and white.
Yeah. And it might be a slideshow.
How good is it to have him back, though, Grant? I mean, I know your relationship's a little different than both of ours, but pretty special for the game.
It is. It is great for the game of basketball. One of the real iconic figures in the game, and for this program. It's been a tough month since he's been gone, so as Duke turns the ball over there, got to be smart with the basketball against this.
He's back, complaining.
He's back complaining, yelling at the refs.
He didn't lose that tactic. Pat, I know I've been away, but you blew that one.
Ron Kruger, Pat Driscoll, Jeff Anderson, the officiating crew. The lack of continuity, that's what Mike Krzyzewski talked about yesterday with us. Trying to battle through that. Out of bounds, last touched by Tatum. So Pittsburgh will retain it with 18 to shoot. Jamel Artis averaging 20.9 points per game for Kevin Stallings in his first year as the head coach of the program.
They need a third guy, generally speaking, Bert. Somebody who can ring the bell and take the pressure off those 2 leaders.
Last game it was Cameron Johnson, matched a career high with 24 points in that loss to North Carolina, had 6 3-pointers.
He has the talent. He's got to be aggressive, as you said. They need all three of them to play
Nice
big.
look.
Off the double team, Young feeds it to Sheldon Jeter for the deuce.
And Jeter, a good passer himself, too. Nice little cut and fine. Not a good rotation by Duke.
5-4 lead for the Blue Devils. Just over 3 minutes gone by in this first half here in Durham. Ball fake from Tatum goes cross court. Kennard open look. Side rim. He was knocking those down with regularity at practice yesterday.
And Duke's going to get those looks. They're going to have to knock them down when available. Pitt's going to dare you to beat them from the outside.
And Bird, Mike wants him to take a lot more shots, too. Don't even think about it.
I wish he gave me that green light.
You don't remember that speech.
Well, that's why he's a Hall of Famer. He has good judgment.
Artist, the jump shot. That's a three. Offensive board, Jeter, and a foul call as Jeter came flying through. It'll work against the Pittsburgh middleman.
Boy, I like that rebound, though. Huh? A little physical. A really good understanding of how to dive. And you can just see Jefferson, who doesn't make many mistakes, and nobody from the top. Tatum not paying attention to detail.
Well, Duke has dealt with injuries, suspensions, the roles of players a bit up in the air. So it's been a roller coaster ride for this team throughout the first half of their conference schedule.
It really has been. Like you said, the lack of continuity, Coach K being out, a lot of chatter, a lot of distractions. But I thought last week, big wins on the road at Wake, Notre Dame, they're starting to come together as a team.
Like that.
Jackson finds Jefferson again.
A hammer from Emil Jefferson, and that combination is working early for Duke.
You know, you're alluding probably to Grayson Allen situation where they've had to calm that down. And Mike not being here. 8 at least, and he says more guys out through injuries. It has been tumultuous.
Yet here they are at 5-4 in the ACC, 21 in the country, and the first of 3 straight at home, so a chance maybe to make a statement in the conference. Roll to the rim. Jeter had it knocked away and a turnover. Jeter is injured. Tatum on a crossover. Backdoor feed. Corkscrew layup from Jefferson.
They are unselfish. They take advantage of situations, and going to the rim, Jeter is hurt. Thought he had a chance for 2.
Timeout taken, 15:01 mark of the first half. 9-4 Duke in front.
Pitt, download the CBS Sports app to stream college hoops on CBS every weekend.
And Raft here, Jeter with a nice slip to the basket. Great weak side from Luke Kennard coming over, getting the steal. Looks as though maybe Jeter might have hurt his shoulder or elbow as he's complaining about the call on that last play. But a couple of opportunities missed by Pitt at the basket, but give credit to Duke. Nice rotation, building trust on the defensive end.
Well, Pitt's suffering through a 7-game losing streak. They've dropped 8 of their last 9. The low point of the season was a 55-point loss to Louisville at home, January the 24th.
That doesn't happen often. A little floater here.
And it goes down for Jamel Artis. We talked about the top 2 scorers in the ACC. The 3rd leading scorer is on the other side, and it's Luke Kennard at 20.2 points per game.
Luke, a heck of an all-around player. He kicked out, and he shot great yesterday. And you mentioned it, Bird. I think he's more comfortable, ready, relaxed. This is going to be a dangerous team come NCAA time.
Duke went 4-3 under Jeff Capel, the associate head coach, with Coach K recovering from back surgery. Johnson dumps it. Young trying to create position off the double team, and he missed it.
He's got to finish that. Got a little twisted in his footwork. Nice double up on him as well.
Jefferson on a kick. 2-man game. Jackson lines it up. And Duke not making its shots from the perimeter. Rebounded by Pitt.
They can get whatever they want, I think, if they just relax a little bit too. Driving those gaps. The baseline high by Jefferson. We saw that earlier.
And right now Duke is switching a lot of this movement, continuity offense. And they have the mismatches. Just take your time, Pitt. Take advantage of the mismatches.
Nice dive here.
Artis hooks it inside, and Young gets the short hop. Pitt cuts it to 1.
Yeah, Kevin spreads his guy out. They either dribble in a weave and cut, or they pass and dive. Little back screen bumps occasionally on the foul line.
Tatum. The leaner, Jason Tatum, high ceiling.
And that's the sweet spot right there, the free throw line against that 3-2 zone. Tatum taking advantage.
smooth skills, ability to get to the rim. The freshman out of St. Louis. 11-8 Duke.
Nice drop step.
The spin. Jones banks it in.
He can drive. That's his game.
Pittsburgh gaining confidence on the offensive end.
And right now, with all the energy in the building, Coach K back. Pitt, a one-point game. They've kind of weathered the storm early on here from the Blue Devils.
This is a Duke team that was picked first in the preseason poll. We know that preseason polls mean 0, other than ego.
I guess you don't have a relative in the magazine business. You got one every place else.
A 3-second call. It's going the other way. Tonight, 8 Eastern, CBS Sports Network, the 4th-ranked Villanova Wildcats, led by Player of the Year candidate Josh Hart, hosts St. John's. The road to the Final Four continues on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Now, Bert, I know you've got a little ego. That round of applause wasn't for you or Reed. Matt Jones is in the game.
Matt Jones coming off the bench dealing with a bum ankle. There was a question as to whether or not he would play. Did not participate in practice yesterday.
And he is really the glue guy, the leader for this team. Coach K loves Matt Jones, what he does, unselfish, all about team coaching.
Senior out of DeSoto, Texas, does so many little things for Duke. Jump shot for Young. He knocks it down, and Pittsburgh has its first lead.
And I'll tell you, that right there is a special talent. He's getting comfortable, struggled shooting the ball. Last game against North Carolina, found that stroke. Had it on that last play.
Jones trying to feed the post. It's knocked away. Jefferson couldn't secure it.
Nice job there by Young.
Half-court set here for Pitt. Artis against Kennard. Goes behind the back with it and draws the foul. In attack mode, Jamel Artis will go to the free throw line. Pitt now in front. First half continues from Durham. 5 when they were in the Big East, and that loss to Louisville, the second worst in school history. They played a tough schedule, and this is their 4th opponent in the last 7 games, ranked in the RPI top 25. But Pittsburgh has handled its business early, and Artis at the free throw line for a pair. 72% shooter, misses on the first. Monday, Kevin makes a new best friend with benefits, but will it last? All new Kevin Can Wait, Monday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
And Bert, I'm interested to see what Grant says. You think this is a tough game for the reasons looking ahead?
Without a doubt. Pitt, you look at their record, you say, okay, they're not doing that well. Coach K is back. Duke has had a great week last week. This is a trap game. Pitt is very capable. Regardless of what's happened in the past, they're playing good basketball now as Kennard knocks down a jump shot. So Duke has to be careful because Pitt can come in here and get this win.
And there's something ahead of them this week. Important game, is there?
Yeah, I think if you look at the schedule, you might see the Tar Heels on it. Harry Giles is in, a freshman from Winston-Salem, and he replaces Jefferson.
Big upside, Grant, right, with this kid?
No doubt. Just got to get his rhythm and his reps.
Damon Wilson misses from the outside. He's yet to make a three-pointer this season. Battle on the interior, and Young gets it to go off the window for Pitt.
He is a tough kid, no question about it. We've seen that modest post-up game, but he is a physical guy at the rim as well.
Michael Young, one of 10 finalists for the Karl Malone Award for the top power forward in college basketball. Allen, the drive and kick. Kennard lines it up. Front rim. And it's rebounded by Artis for Pittsburgh.
And what that zone does for Pitt, it just takes you out of your rhythm. They don't have no leak outs, no easy baskets. Duke unable to get a rhythm on the offensive end. Credit Pitt in their zone defense.
Big Roselle Nix is now in for Pitt, 6'11", 300 pounds.
He is a good screener, pretty good around the rim as well. They have to play zone, a little lack of mobility.
Kick it out for Jones. Bottom, it's a 3.
And Jones, not really known for his scoring, had 12 points, 4 assists against UNC, 5 for 6 from the field. Starting to get his confidence, knocking it down from the perimeter.
He did have a big 3 against Carolina, however.
Shooting just 18% from three-point territory this season. On the pass, the foul was called. Grayson Allen with the dish. And there is Roselle Nix. Mention his weight, 300 pounds. He lost 100 pounds to get to that point to play big-time college basketball.
Yeah. Wow. Boy, what homework you did.
Up top on a rack attack, Harry Giles, and the foul.
And that's the hide guy. You're so vulnerable. You've got cutters, you've got people in front of you. They've been driving the gap. We saw Jefferson get a layup earlier, Grant, and this time the ability to elevate that little cut to the foul line, steps people up, send it in. Sounds familiar in Pittsburgh. Without Jerome.
Fortunately, the backboard did not break. We would have been here a while.
Exactly. You mentioned the injuries have been part of his dilemma. The last couple of years, he's been going through a difficult time. Hopefully, that'll be the end of it.
Torn ACL at Oak Hill. That was his second serious knee injury, and then Giles missing the first part of this season, 11 games after a left knee procedure in October.
And Bird, we talk about this year's class, his freshman class being fantastic. He was the top player in his class in high school, but it takes time coming back from an injury. As Kennard with another steal.
Nice job reading and helping on the dive by Nix.
On a kick, Allen sets it up. Jefferson, quick ball movement here for Duke. Couldn't get Jones open for a three.
There's that flash that's so vulnerable.
Jefferson penetrates, runs into a wall, a big one in Nix.
I'm calling his parents.
Pittsburgh with a 2-point lead, 9:17 to play, first half here at Cameron.
He has set this roadblock screen and gotten to the rim. Kennard bailed them out last trip. He's wide open again. He's got to step to the ball, though.
Michael Young, short. Nix. Oh, he floats it in. Roselle Nix.
He knew enough to screen off, though. Heads up play by the big fella.
And Pittsburgh up by 4. Just under 9 minutes to play in the first half.
Turn and look.
Repost. Giles. The jumper goes, and it's smooth.
What do you think it's like to see Jefferson turn and attack from that foul line?
Without a doubt, Jefferson, who's been huge this year, getting in there and making plays, but finding his buddy Giles there for the easy jump shot. And that jump shot on the baseline will be there against this zone whenever they want it.
Wilson trying to penetrate for Pitt. The lead is 2. Drop step. Young high off the window. Michael Young taking it to the hole.
How about that strength?
The strength and the mismatch. Having the presence of mind to find their guy with the mismatch. Young, the tremendous finish.
He broke an orbital bone on January the 11th, so he's been wearing that mask. Not easy to breathe. Gets fogged up. Kennard. That is silky smooth from the perimeter.
He's one of those guys, when he shoots, you expect it to go in.
That's what you told me about your game back in the day.
Not quite like this kid, but thank you.
Luke Kennard shooting 47% from three-point territory. Pitt 22, Duke 21.
And look how Pitt's offense is so spread out, creating so many driving lanes. Makes it difficult to help Duke defensively on these one-on-one plays.
And this is how they manufacture post-up by Young.
Shot clock winding down. Does Artis know it?
Handle. They got it.
Another shot clock violation for Pitt. It is deafening inside Cameron. We got a timeout.
Neil Lane designs jewelry for Hollywood's biggest stars.
Without a doubt, 7 assists thus far. You didn't see that early on in ACC play. Making plays for one another. Duke out here sharing the wealth. A little bit unlike Raft at dinner.
Excellent point.
Well, post-dinner, I'm a little more expansive in my game. Nice
Open look
for pass.
Jackson jumper in and out. Jefferson tips it in.
Boy, you love older guys that have been around. I think that's the connection with the coach as well. I don't know what you think, Grant. You know a little more about the inside here. And he loves to have an upperclassman that he can relate to.
Without a doubt, Quinn Cook a couple years ago, big role for that championship team.
Too long a pass. Not a good look by Johnson. Too far.
Talk about the older player, the veteran Jefferson, just working the glass, making the extra effort, multiple efforts. Thus far, playing very well early on in this game, Jefferson.
Grant, we heard the story about Coach K not allowing these guys in the locker room recently, taking away their paraphernalia so they couldn't wear it around campus. Did that sound obscure to you, or is that something you're familiar with?
No, I'll tell you what, when I heard that, I was happy. I realized Coach is not soft now. He still has it, still has that hunger.
And a foul called on a reach-in as Grayson Allen was trying to curl to the rim.
You know, yesterday I meant to ask him, did he take the paraphernalia away from the managers, but I didn't have the courage, to be honest with you.
He might have taken yours away.
I actually talked to CBS Sports Management. If you guys don't get better, they're going to take away your blazers for the rest of the half.
I won't be able to go out all summer. The interesting thing with him, he doesn't consider it punishment. It's binding together. Is that what you felt when you were playing?
No, without a doubt. Coach has some great motivational techniques. We hadn't had that one before, banning us from the practice facility, but we had been kicked out of practice before, and it just forces you as a team to come together and galvanizes that team. So it's worked. It's been pretty successful, and we'll see if it works today.
Foul called on the outside as Artis made his move. Marquise Bolden now in the game for Duke. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Pittsburgh, Duke, or your favorite team. Get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today.
And Bird, you know, it's like a marriage, a little moaning together. Brings you closer. A little upset here and there.
Are you giving us some insight into
makes the
your
love
relationship
grow.
with Joan?
It blossoms over the years.
Young is back in. That was a short breather for him. They still are looking for some perimeter presence, and Cameron Johnson could provide that for Pitt.
I think that was a nickel dimer on Kennard, if I'm not mistaken, earlier, was it?
First foul on Kennard. Spin move by Jones.
A lot of space to do some damage. How about this?
That's deep. Artis in and out. It was kept alive by Jeter, but tracked down by Jackson for Duke.
They got to make threes. Nice kick.
The fine corner pop. Grayson Allen drains it.
And that was set up all by Jackson. Dribble penetration before the defense gets back. Finding Allen in the corner for the open three as Duke is on an 8-0 run.
26-22 Blue Devils. We come up on 5 minutes to play, first half.
Great denial, lifting here and slipping. They like the back cut.
Young, he finds a double team. Two-man game with Artis.
The defense is really suffocating this trip.
Floater, no. Rebound ripped down by Tatum.
And they step it up on the defensive end. They are into the game.
Allen kicks. Jefferson to the rim.
You gotta go at the rim. No timeout here. Surprises you a little bit, I guess.
I'm very surprised. Things can get a little out of hand here for Pitt. They don't have a good possession here on this play.
They do have an older team and two 20-point scorers. That certainly helps.
72% of their offense comes from seniors.
Front violation.
Johnson goes back to get it, and another turnover for Pittsburgh.
How about the ability to drive that lane, and Jackson disperses. Get those puppies organized. I think he is back. How about this drive?
Neil Jefferson getting to the basket, finishing at the rim, not settling, being effective here early.
His fifth year in the program for Mike Krzyzewski brings intangibles and maturity, and you mentioned the leadership. He's a captain.
And Bird, you need that when you have guys leaving early. A lot of freshmen have left early in the recent years, so having a fifth-year player who knows the Duke way is invaluable.
No easy baskets. See if they get one here.
Off the Jackson miss, Jones takes it end-to-end for Pittsburgh, and that finally puts an end to the Duke run.
For those long rebounds, sort of ignite that open floor opportunity.
And right now, Pittsburgh, they're in good shape. They've withstood the run here by Duke.
Tough shot here.
In and out for Allen. And it's rebounded by Johnson for Pitt with under 4 minutes to go, first half.
You like his game in the future, too, don't you?
I like his game. I'd like for Johnson to maybe do a little bit more. It's been kind of quiet here tonight. Credit Duke for doing a good job. But this offense.
Look at the denial on the wing by Allen.
A number of unforced errors for Pittsburgh. Tight game, though, in the first half.
Love the smell of napalm in the morning.
No, this is double espresso.
A friend of mine, his brother Billy, great basketball family. Dad was a coach. Tommy's very active in this great cause, so we're happy to be part of it. And of course, more importantly, for the public, I think they'd rather see him wearing it than any of us.
I would say that's the first time you've ever modeled anything, other than a tweed coat, maybe in the 70s.
Those horse blankets I used to wear,
those
still look good in the closet.
28-24 Duke. Out of the timeout. Tatum's been quiet. Crossover. Taken away by Johnson of Pitt.
You talk about Tatum being quiet. He's got to look to score. It's like he's trying to facilitate. He's got to be aggressive there for Duke against the zone.
Back-to-back wins for Duke. Dramatic victory over Wake Forest, and then they backed it up with a win over Notre Dame. Jump shot for Johnson. Off the hands of Jeter. Out of bounds. Duke will take over.
They got to get Johnson going. Nice little back screen pop. They didn't cover him. He got a good look.
Emil Jefferson back in for Duke, and Tatum will take a seat for the Blue Devils.
You do a lot of pro basketball. There's so many kids, I think, out there today. It'll be future kids, don't you?
I agree. You have multiple players on both teams. I like Pitt, young and artists, and of course Duke has an abundance of potential pro players. So a lot of talent on the floor here this afternoon, both teams.
I like the color in his face today. Yesterday, right? I thought he hadn't been out of the house, Mike. And,
He hadn't.
He hadn't, literally. My wife would go nuts if I were home 4 hours.
Yeah, nobody's fighting you on that. Giles whips a pass to the corner, and Jones.
Jefferson really cuts well.
Shot clock winding down. Jefferson.
That's what I like him to do. Drive right there.
Missed it, going to the rim, and Young clears it for Pittsburgh. This is a Duke team that averages 83 points per game. That's third in the ACC. Pittsburgh allows 77.4 points per game. That's more points than they score, 76.8.
Grant showed up late today because he didn't think this would be really a tight contest. Are you surprised?
I am very surprised. Did not expect this kind of performance. I thought Duke would come out and really at this point in the game be up big, but credit Pitt. Pitt's come out here not intimidated, not scared. Maybe some of the residue from that Carolina game a few days ago carrying over here. Pitt's in a good spot here as we approach the halftime.
And really, the next half they'll have the offense in front of them, so Kevin will be able. He won't have to whistle. He can pay attention.
Sheldon Jeter got pushed. Just the 14th foul against Duke. Fouls have not been an issue here.
Pass.
Young back in on Allen. Allen scraping at the ball.
I'd repost him. Got a mismatch.
They heard you.
Nice entry.
Young off the rim. Got a pretty good look at it with under 2 minutes to go first half.
Got to get back.
Kennard, step back three. Doesn't go, and Johnson with a weak side rebound.
Boy, Allen really gave it to him plenty of time to measure that. Nice look, and a foul.
Young +1. And he's going to the free throw line for Pittsburgh.
You must be an artist to make that pass, by the way.
I like it.
Little play on words, as they say. How about this? You walk your guy up and let the lob take advantage of the little guy. A terrific look.
But that's
Jones.
See, that's all because of the spacing. Pitt spreads the court. No one to help Matt Jones down there, matched up against Young.
Frank Jackson comes in to replace Matt Jones as Young misses on the free throw, knocked to the outside. Pittsburgh is 11th in the ACC in rebounding. They're holding their own.
Those missed free throws, you really got to work. A little screen at the end of this weave from the high post. Here it comes.
Duke up by 2. We approach 1 minute to go first half. Artis, the penetration. Off-balance delivery for Jamel Artis, and we are tied at 28.
And, Coach, you have to love his tempo. Just plays at nice pace, 6'7", gets to the spot, elevates, and knocks it in. And your guy, Artis, has been big, using Cameron as his canvas here this
Well, no center, no point guard, but no, they've got an artist.
Davis, Brendan Haywood will have highlights from all of today's early action, including 9th-ranked Virginia taking on Syracuse, and a Big Ten showdown, Purdue and Maryland coming up, AT&T at the half.
Some players never get that close to Mike.
Sir, we would like you to take your hands off of Mike Krzyzewski, please.
I think Grant, after he got chastised, would like to put his arms there as well.
A clear out. Tatum missed the layup, but a push underneath. It's going to work against Jeter. And Jefferson ended up on his backside. That's number 2 on Sheldon Jeter.
And he wants shots. He's questioning. I don't blame him.
That's not going to happen.
I like what Duke did on that last play, putting Tatum there at the free throw line. Now he's got a lot of skill. He can shoot.
Great point.
Facilitate. They had Jefferson there, and they weren't able to.
He's not the shooter.
Exactly.
He can do the driving.
Roselle Nix back in for Pittsburgh.
Out of bounds. That's unusual.
Grayson Allen out along that baseline, and Duke turns it over with 52.5 left on the clock. Kevin Stallings will take a timeout. We'll step aside with Pitt and Duke knotted up at 28 apiece. Really has not been an issue for Pitt. They shot 56% from the field and lost to North Carolina the other night by 2.
And that doesn't happen often. With Pitt here, 2-for-1 opportunity.
Look at this. You're taking right advantage of it. Not good for delivery.
Artis missed on the floater.
Duke could do the same. And they will.
Allen, 3-ball won't go. And the box out there by Young. You've got about a 6-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Artist taking his time. Kevin Stallings calling out a play from the Pittsburgh sideline.
You got to have Nix involved with a screen. I mean, this kid, you need a roll of quarters to get around him.
The wide body right now is head of the key. Now he'll make his move out front. And that pass goes into the Cameron Crazies. And it was untouched.
That's the fourth one I can remember. Just valuing the basketball, stepping to it, keeping it in two hands, not one.
That is 8 turnovers for Pitt. Kevin Stallings.
Let's see if they did it. I'm not sure, Bird. A warning, maybe.
Not sure if he was yelling at the official or his own team.
I thought it was his own team from this angle. And the officials are going to set up Allen right where the ball went out of bounds. It was an out-of-the-box warning for Kevin Stallings, who extended out.
People usually compliment you when you think out of the box.
Tied at 28. Duke can hold for one. 8.8 and a foul given.
A little disruptive foul.
That is 16 fouls against Pittsburgh. Duke will have a little less than 9 seconds to operate with.
Look for Allen to try to penetrate. Create an opportunity for himself or some of the shooters.
Duke's on 5 minutes without scoring. Inside. Henry Jackson had it denied by Nix. Half-court heave at the buzzer. Off the iron. And that will do it for the first half here in Durham.
Nix with a factor at the block, Bird.
1 half complete. Pittsburgh and Duke tied at 28 here at Cameron. Right now, let's go to Adam Zucker, standing by in New York.
Thanks, Ian. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brendan Haywood and Seth Davis join me with scores and highlights after this message and a word from your local station.
Some people look at the stars and wonder, what else?
Here in Durham. How many times were you here as a player, Grant? Did you visit this area a lot?
This is my second time up here.
All the pull he has, and we're still up here.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing.
If anyone at home wants to know, I'm standing because, Coach, you're like Roselle Nix up here, taking up all the space.
Well, I'm very comfortable on a stool like this, you know.
Yeah, me as well. I have a stool that I can use to climb if necessary. This is the ceiling, by the way, right here.
Right. Yes.
Grant is banked up against the ceiling. It's tight. We're getting very close from this broadcast.
It may be the first time you've touched the ceiling.
I think so. This is what it feels like. You're right.
Well, here we go. A lot of surprises, I think, don't you guys? Pitt hanging tough, shooting the ball. They've got to work a little bit better against this zone. That's a good opportunity to screen an open look, and that's normally a knockdown to Kennard.
Tatum's got the offensive rebound. We are tied at 28, a scoring drought for Duke over the last 5 minutes of that first half.
And Ian, Duke has had good looks there at the end of the first half. They're 3 for 13 from the three-point line. They just can't knock down these shots, as Kennard missed that last pull-up as well.
Kennard is 3 of 8 from the field.
Once again, Mike wants him to take shots. It looks perfect.
Shot clock down the cup. Tatum the finish. And it's Jefferson with the dish.
Good field by Jefferson. He knows where to go in this game against that zone.
Duke leads by 2. First minute of play, second half here at Cameron. It's the start of a 3-game homestand for Duke. They'll have North Carolina here in Durham on Thursday night. High-low action.
Double and a dive. Watch your footwork.
Young on a kick. With Jones, extra feed. Johnson a 3. He drills it.
That's the guy. That's the third guy, I think. When he is prolific, they are dangerous.
Pittsburgh, the only team in the ACC to play all 4 teams from North Carolina on the road this season.
It used to be called Tobacco Road, Bird. I know you're a little young.
I'm familiar with it. And a foul called off the pass by Kennard.
Just really a good understanding of what to do, when to do it. And there's that back cut, really solid. And the ability to make shots so important.
And your guy Johnson, I love the unselfishness on that play. Jones passing up the shot, Johnson knocking it down. When his feet are set, he's as good as anybody knocking down those 3-pointers.
Third foul on Jeter. Lack of depth up front for Pittsburgh, with Ryan Luther missing his 6th straight game with a right foot injury. The jump shot. It's Tatum.
And that's the guy for Duke that has to get it going. It was very quiet there in the first half. We took 3 shots, 1 for 3 from the field. See if that gets him going.
Well, the zone, you can't really ISO on one guy. You need ball movement, cutting, drive the gap, post up.
Young one-on-one. Goes around the freshman, but can't finish, but a foul. Michael Young going to the free throw line for Pitt.
And you talk about ball movement, shifting that zone from side to side. Jason Tatum catching the ball in rhythm and knocking down that 3-point shot. But defensively for Tatum, guarding Young. Young is just a man down there. When he faces up in that mid-post, he is almost unguardable.
And you know, Bird, while you were up here chatting away with everybody, we were doing our homework pregame.
Is that what you were doing?
We found out that after the Louisville game, they thought, well, he just broke his nose, and he was fine. They flew home, and he had an excruciating headache because of the pressure of the landing. That's some information I thought we should share with you.
I would tell you that the mask could actually improve your look if you're considering it down the road.
My schnozola would have to be embedded.
33-31 Duke. Right through the legs, the big tree trunks of Knicks.
What do you have against this kid?
Nothing. At least from up here.
He's in the right spot. Now, you did some hockey. What hole would they call that?
The 3-hole.
Okay. I thought it was the 5-hole.
Either way, 2-point lead for Duke. Back in by Jefferson. Kick. Long 3. Rims out for Allen, and it's rebounded by Artis.
Artis for his size. Nice handle. Takes the hit, but, well, the size gets him a rebound.
And he gets the follow-up. We're tied at 33, just about 3 minutes elapsed in the second half.
You got to love that. Not giving up on the play, making the effort for the offensive rebound. Easy putback.
Jamel Artis now with 7 points. Kennard contested 3. Wow. How many of those has Duke had in and out throughout the day?
Unbelievable. Rattlers.
3 ties, 4 lead changes. And Pittsburgh looking to go back in front.
You got to love Pittsburgh, their pace. They're taking their time, running their sets, running the clock down, forcing Duke to switch and trying to exploit the matchups.
Nice hands, made him bigger.
Tried to swing it inside the Knicks. It's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Duke. Monday on CBS, they're not just good donuts, they're superior donuts. A fresh new comedy, Monday at 9, 8 Central, only CBS.
Getting hungry up here.
With 8 to go, Pitt better get hungry quickly.
You could bake a donut in this area. From downtown, another jump shot for Michael Young.
What a tough matchup, huh? When he can post like he does.
I like his size. He has strength, but he also can put the ball on the floor. As Johnson.
The length of Cameron Johnson comes up with the defensive play.
He's great at getting deflections and stepping at the passing lane. You're right. Those long arms.
Sweet Young touch. Jefferson protecting the rim. Johnson using the Knicks screen. There's the roll. Knicks for 2.
How about that? Nice patience. Got his body organized. A little left with a kiss.
Roselle Nix, transferred from Pensacola Junior College, a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's had an impact here for Pitt. Played a season-high 12 minutes the other night in the loss to North Carolina. Allen.
Inside out.
Off the hop step. Tatum lines it up and buries it. It's a 3.
They've got to stick with it. You mentioned the in-and-out jumpers. They're getting good looks.
They're getting great looks. That's who they are. You got to keep shooting the ball. As they say, you miss every shot you don't take.
That ends a 6-0 Pittsburgh run. It's 37-36 Panthers. Out of bounds, right in front of the Pittsburgh bench. The Panthers turn it over in a 1-point game. Second half action continues.
Defensively, as Pitt comes up and sets the screen, and as Nix rolls to the basket, Grayson Allen's got to be there. He wasn't late on the rotation. Nix with the easy basket down low. And Pitt doing a great job with their offensive execution. And Duke just a little bit slow making the right reads and rotations.
Pittsburgh trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. Intercepted. Allen threw it in the direction of Johnson, who that was about as easy a steal as you're going to come up with.
He is amazing, though. He's right there, that length to his advantage. Running
their offense through Michael Young, their senior.
Miscommunication here. They don't get a good cover, but fortunately for Pitt, an errant shot.
Artis misses from the outside. Tatum has scored all 8 Duke points in this second half. They trail by 1.
And Duke's struggling here in the second half, and that little out of rhythm, out of sorts, and some turnovers, deflections the zone. But hey, last time Duke was here, they lost that heartbreaker to NC State.
Started a couple of interesting evenings, right?
Kennard on a kick. Ball was deflected. And Pittsburgh has been quick with its hands throughout this afternoon.
You know, Duke's done a better job when they flash that high post. And Tatum really lighting it up. Everybody else in and out on jumpers.
Nobody else has scored for Duke since halftime. Jefferson to the hoop. That ball may have gone down. Tatum touched it, so the basket will not count. The foul will, as Jefferson took it to the 10.
And I like that play for Jefferson. A lot of times he's catching it and indecisive there at the free throw line, but he attacks the rim, draws the foul on Nix, and almost had a three-point play opportunity.
That ball was going to come off.
You know, between Mike Krzyzewski and myself, we have about 1,200 minutes. You've heard that story before. But the reason he's had most of them, over 1,000, he switched to a double high. They hadn't done that. So now who is going to guard whom at that foul line? So terrific use of bodies, get them in the right spot, and then the dribble drive, which I think Jefferson does exceedingly well from that foul line.
Duke is 17-5 this season. Their losses have come to Kansas, Virginia Tech, Florida State, Louisville, and Grant, the game you mentioned, NC State here at home.
I'm curious, Raph, did you guys ever go against each other?
Oh, yeah, at Army. He used to salute me once in a while.
Yeah. What kind of salute?
Well, the Bronx salute, let's put it that way. But no, we had a lot of fun. I got to know him, know what a terrific coach and individually is, and how good, important at least, he is to this game.
1 out of 2 for Jefferson. We're tied at 37 as Nix now takes a seat for Pittsburgh.
Nice movement. You mentioned the spacing, dribble drive, no bump this time.
Artis hangs, air ball.
And a good challenge by Tatum, caused that.
Rebounded by Matt Jones.
Nice overload and dribble drive.
Allen is fouled on the outside before the shot as he made his move to the rim.
And that's what happens when you attack the zone. You put the ball on the floor, you attack, you can draw fouls, and also create opportunities for your shooters.
Second foul on Artis. Kevin Stallings' team not only hanging tough, but they've had the lead here in the second half.
And right now for a team like Pitt, you start to believe. You start to think, hey, we can play with Duke. We can play here in Camden. We can get this win. Confidence, such a part of the game of basketball.
Pittsburgh beat Duke last year at home 76-62. Artis had 17 points, 5 rebounds. Wheeling on the inside. He's a creative offensive player.
How clever is this kid? Great control of his body, footwork, and then a little kiss to pay it off.
His ability to score off the dribble complements that three-point game that he brings. And it's 39-37 Duke. Young, left hand.
Steps. Oh, they got a foul before.
A foul called. Young with a terrific finish with the offhand.
How about that, Bird? I have not seen that one with him. Well, now this is just great footwork and control. And what makes him equally adept is he passes so well with either hand. And here's that drop step. I thought maybe got a little shuffle there. A little kiss with the left. Pretty.
You can tell he's a scorer. He went away from the double team to score in that play as Duke draws a 5-second count on the inline out of bounds.
Pittsburgh could not get it in cleanly. It was Jones, the trigger man, and turnover for the Panthers.
Did you do that when you played? Got the crowd? Your father and mother would kill you.
No, I didn't do that. No, Chris Collins.
Yeah, that's right. He could do it for you.
He was the Energizer Bunny. Doing a good job. Great job.
How about that? They got a shot, right, Bird?
They do. Northwestern certainly on the bubble right now for the NCAA tournament.
First ever.
11 turnovers for Pittsburgh. Kennard. He tried to put it off the window with the right hand. Tracked down by Jefferson. And last touch by Jones of Pittsburgh. The shot clock is down to 5 for Duke.
Plenty time catch. Reverse the basketball and drive it.
Allen, the inbounder for the Blue Devils. 12:56 to go, second half.
Sorry, Brett, it's not a lob situation for this team. Look at this.
Open look, shooting practice. Matt Jones missed it off the ice.
Hustle.
Allen, the extra effort. Kennard, the ball fake. cut. Allen hangs. Tip in, no. Tip in again. That won't go. And the rebound cleared by Young for Pitt.
And that possession kind of is symbolic of today for Duke. Because the lid on that basket can't finish there inside.
You get the feeling he might be trying too hard. When you think of it as Mike's back, trying to please.
Artis gives it up. Working around the perimeter. Johnson looks to the interior. A back in by Jeter. The Vanderbilt transfer. The walk is called.
And in that case right there, Jeter just had to take his time. Had a smaller Matt Jones on him. Just a couple dribbles, elevate. Actually, they could call for a walk.
Almost could have set him up and dropped back to their left shoulder.
Duke is 13-0 this season when they turn the ball over less than their opponent. They have 7 turnovers, and the turnovers now building for Pittsburgh in double figures.
And a lot of unforced turnovers tonight. Excuse me, this afternoon for both teams.
Jefferson. Nice. It's blocked by Young. The denial from the senior. 2 veterans going head-to-head in the post.
Not a bad idea to make Young work a little bit so he's not as fresh at this end.
And another travel against Pittsburgh. Duke will have the basketball when we come back. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message and a word from two-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. You've got Matsuyama, you've got Steele and Raff.
Well, that's some of my friends look like that the morning after New Year's.
Byung-Hun An.
Well, I was thinking of Rahm too, John Rahm.
Oh, yes.
Arizona State grad, had his first tour victory. A great basketball player, they tell me too. Not at Arizona State, but I believe as a youngster.
Who's they exactly? Who are you quoting?
My people. My people.
You have people? Allen misses from the corner, and Duke continues to struggle on the offensive end. Pittsburgh down by 2, 11:25 to go, second half here at Cameron.
Well, they have been patient on the offensive end, late in shot clocks.
Duke has missed its last 6 shots. Ooh. Pittsburgh. Artis was tripped in the paint.
It's one of those deals, almost good defense, but you don't close that little trap on the penetration. Just got to get over a little more. The biggest problem, I think, a lot is overhelping. That time could have really maybe jammed it up on him.
I know people may react to this call. The trip was on Grayson Allen.
And that was an inadvertent trip right there. Grayson Allen was stunning at the defensive player. You're taught to do that every team, and so I know so much is made about it, but I believe that was an inadvertent play.
Short pop from Chris Jones to give Pittsburgh a deuce, and we're tied at 39.
Well, years ago, Larry Krystkowiak fell down in the lane. Bill Laimbeer was during the playoffs. Everybody wanted to blame Laimbeer, who was known for whatever, and it was a good, clean play. They're going to react like that, no question.
Another tip ball by Johnson, nearly a turnover.
Amazing. That wingspan covers 2 areas. Extra pass.
Shot clock wants
good luck.
Oh, that one slipped off of Jefferson's fingertips.
He's wiping his pants.
A slick pass from Grayson Allen to set up the bucket.
I thought he was trying to show off his touch.
No, I think Grayson touched his hair and then on the pass. Nice give and go.
Backdoor Jones denied. Pittsburgh retains it.
They are excellent at stepping and going, as Carolina saw the other night, Pittsburgh.
Young makes his move. Young. Oh, that's a grown man's play.
Grown man indeed. When in doubt, you have to find Young doing work inside for Pitt.
We are tied at 41. Young with 16 points to lead all scores. Jefferson, the high man for Duke, with 13.
Anything where you can drive between the cracks. This is a big-time shooter.
Jones missing it. Foul called on the perimeter. And the 4th foul on Sheldon Jeter. Racing out to deal with Jones on the outside.
Jones loves to take big shots. Wakey got it going. This is a solid kid. Been around a while. Now, you mentioned the nick with the ankle. The closeout. A lot of kids just don't know how to close out.
And I appreciate the effort. Jeter making the effort to get there. You just have to chop those feet as you get close and not run through the shooter.
Duke is 3rd in the ACC in free throw shooting. They are just 2 of 4 today at the line.
The zone has sort of made them settle a little bit. Not as much dribble drive where you're going to have the contact at the rim.
Remember, Jones had that severe ankle sprain last February, and that really cost him the rest of the way. Just missed on his first 2 free throws. He's dealing with an ankle sprain in this one as well.
And it makes you wonder, Coach. I mean, Duke hasn't played in a while. And they've had time to practice as Coach K's come back. But you get into question, are they out of rhythm a little bit? Because offensively, they're just not making baskets like they normally have throughout the season.
Well, I think it's easier to get your rhythm against man-to-man. Zone, you've got to be stagnant. You've got to move bodies, occasionally to penetration. So the rhythm is not quite what you'd expect from Duke.
1 out of 3 for Jones. Nix comes in to replace Jeter, out with the 4 fouls. And Duke with a 42-41 lead. Jones now back on the Duke bench.
I like them extending the floor. They're trying to self-motivate now, Duke.
Artis handles it for Pittsburgh. They've been very tight in their rotation. They've played just 7.
There's the double high, 1 picks, 1 pops.
Artis, the crossover.
Wow,
That is
pretty good.
Sweet. Jamel Artis with the bucket.
Size prevailing, too. Ability to make that release at a high point.
Artis now with 9 points. He's 4 of 12 from the field, 6 rebounds as well.
He's the guy that got to get going, I think. Kennard.
Kennard sneaks in. It's a travel.
And as you said, Artis taking advantage of having a bigger Tatum on him, getting to the paint. And I tell you, Tatum is so long and able to finish. And then here, Kennard sees that big body. Nix is in the mix, drawing the turnover on Mr. Kennard.
Pittsburgh up by 1. Artis gives it up. Jones looking for an opening. Clear it for Young with 10 to shoot. Sizing up Jefferson. Young makes his move. Bank shot, no. Nix battling for it. Nix rejected by Tatum.
And a big guy just doesn't have quite the lift, but in good position. Nice extra look again.
The pop-up. It goes. Frank Jackson with a triple.
It's amazing. Stimulation on the defensive end sort of energizes, and then the ability to knock it down deep. Jackson for the money.
45-43 Duke. We approach 8 minutes to go, second half. Artis looking to break down his man Jackson.
Now a lot of dribbling here, not a lot of passing and ball movement as Jones.
Jones missed it badly, a brick.
Tough shot.
Tracked down by Grayson Allen.
Key period right now. Duke looked for a good one. Look at Tatum attack.
Tatum
too soon.
Against the grain, he's fouled.
Not a good shot, but get to the line.
Cameron Johnson will pick up the personal and will step aside with 7:57 to go in regulation. Ball, he has been such a important part of the Duke lore, and Dick Grote is the basketball analyst for Pitt. Dick Grote, an 8-time All-Star in baseball, one of the greatest college basketball players in history, and it happened right here at Duke.
And one of the greatest guys, I might add. Just a phenomenal storyteller, great to be around. Likes to pop once in a while. God bless him.
Thanks for the update on that, Bill.
And you go way back with Mr. Lewis, right?
With Bob Harris.
Yeah, Bob Harris.
Excuse me, Bob Harris. What is just an institution here at Duke. And a sad day, this is his last year, will retire, but his call on some of those great moments in Duke basketball history.
2 class acts and still doing their thing. Pittsburgh just gets it in, almost had a 5-second call.
Timeout.
Along that baseline, the trap on Artis, and they didn't have a choice. They'll take the timeout with 7:55 to go. Second half, 4-point game.
Keep on the sunny side.
Mike Krzyzewski back coaching the Duke Blue Devils. Missed 7 games after having surgery on his lower back. We check out the game summary. Pittsburgh just 2 of 10 from 3-point territory. Duke with 14 assists. Pittsburgh hanging around thanks to the points in the paint. 28 of them for the Panthers. They trail 47-43.
And Jefferson big on the ball, takes away vision. They made sure they didn't get into Death Valley, that corner.
They handle the pressure and bring it across.
And those assists have been big. I mean, in the win versus UVA for Pitt and the close losses versus Notre Dame and UNC, they've had 17 assists. And all the other losses during this losing streak, as Tatum fouls Young, they've only averaged 11. So clearly a lot of one-on-one basketball, but still, they're in the game.
Right.
Third foul on Jason Tatum. It sends Michael Young, a 79% shooter, to the stripe.
quick timeout here. Interesting. They do have a couple of go-to guys, Pitt, don't they, when they need the deuce or get to the foul line?
And tonight it's been all Young.
I don't think anybody.
Inadvertent whistle. The players thought it was a timeout, headed for their respective benches, and now they'll come out and take care of the free throws.
Both teams got a little 15-second timeout.
We already had the under 8 timeout, so maybe that was mentally what the players were thinking. It's Michael Young at the free throw line out of Duquesne, Pennsylvania. Grew up 12 miles from the Pitt campus and a Panthers fan as a youngster. Monday, an all-new Late Show with Stephen Colbert. From Billions, Paul Giamatti. Then Tuesday, catch John Oliver. Wednesday, Robert De Niro. All-new Colbert coming up this week on CBS.
Well, where to go now? And that flash to the foul line, dribble drive, or overload.
Kind of like Tatum getting in that free throw line area, has the ability to do a number of things.
Allen lines up a 3. Bottom.
I'll tell you what, they have been right around though, haven't they? Sniffing. Key trip, I think, early right now. Looking at Allen knockdown.
Grayson Allen has not shot it well. 2 of 8 from the field for Allen. He's got 6 points, 50-45 Duke. Johnson misses long.
Big guy.
It's Nix with a baby hook.
How about that? And he had a little hook with the arm too. Big wide body. He can carve some area down there and chase it.
Roselle Nix has come off the bench to score 6. Pitt down by 3. Jefferson kicks. Allen, jab step.
Strong.
Long stride. The shovel from Grayson Allen. That was nifty.
And you see what happens when you make a jump shot.
Yeah.
Now you start to feel good about yourself, seeing the ball go through the basket.
The lid is off.
But how about that finish, Coach?
Strength and extension.
52-47 Duke. We come up on 6 minutes to go, second half. Jones using the screen, a switch. Young against Kennard. Young trying to use his power. Double comes. Shot clock at 5. Artis hangs and hits.
Boy, he makes tough shots without the glass. That hook earlier, that one, that is a difficult release.
The off-balance delivery from Jamel Artis. He's in double figures with 11. Duke up by 3. Pittsburgh has had answers. Kennard fakes on a 3. Kick. Jackson lines it up. Book it. It's a 3.
Nice job, all set up by the dribble. Kennard. That was a 2-3 zone. They like to keep Nix right at the rim.
And the law of percentages are now working in favor of Duke. We knew they were going to start hitting some shots. Starting to fall for the Blue Devils.
Now 8 of 22 from three-point range.
Good
Tip.
hands.
Allen does not lead to a turnover. Duke has made its last 5 shots. Artis, does he have the answer? He does not. Rebounded by Allen, and a foul call that's staying right here.
Tell you what, Allen's arms and length and hands. This is the other end, but his defense was, look at this full extension. He has monster hands. A little kiss at the end rewarded the full extension due to the great D inside.
Home for the Blue Devils, and they have a 55-49 lead on Pittsburgh, a talented team, but they've not been able to ring up victories. Pittsburgh is 1-8 in the conference and suffering through a 7-game losing streak. Young the flip, and he gets the roll.
That was all set up by the fake dribble exchange, and then that power, good resistance as he delivers the left.
Big numbers for Young. He's got 20 points, and he cuts the Duke lead to 4. Duke has made its last 5 shots.
Doing a better job of prying. Ball screen here like a man-to-man offense. Tough shot.
Pull up pop. Wow. It's Jackson, and he nails it.
Refuses the screen.
Yes, he does. A talented player, Jackson, though, but once again, putting the ball on the floor, making something happen. Very effective for Duke.
The freshman from Alpine, Utah, McDonald's All-American. Jump shot for Johnson. Doesn't go. Rebound knocked away by Nix. Pittsburgh's got it.
Got a grab. Could have been a...
It's Jackson on Artis. And the team fouls are starting to pile up. That's the first on Jackson, the 6th team foul against Duke.
It was so valuable when you take tough shots to chase down that ball.
And it was Nix who kept it alive. He didn't know that Pittsburgh had a chance, and Pittsburgh hands it to Duke.
I tell you, the length of Tatum right there, forcing another turnover. Pitt, down the stretch here, you got to be effective. Value in the basketball, getting a shot every time.
Same play, ball screen into the gap, kick.
And a bucket. Grayson Allen on target from long range. Duke's got its largest lead.
Mike Krzyzewski jumped up, got out the floor. What back surgery?
I mean, clearly he's been doing his rehab, coach.
I'll say.
60-51 Blue Devils. Just under 4 minutes to play here in Durham.
Nice cut, nice pass. Go strong, big guy.
Nix. Oh, he goes down hard. Tim Burr.
Ooh. Wow, hopefully he's okay. He took a shot.
Nix was fouled on the play. He'll shoot free throws. Grayson Allen beginning to catch fire for Duke. And the Blue Devils, the emotion building here in Cameron.
Getting to the basket, knocking down three-pointers from the perimeter, really having an impact on both ends of the floor for the Duke Blue Devils. Jason Tatum playing big here in the second half.
Well, you mentioned his length, and certainly on both ends, and him making the three. We know what he can do in that dribble drive game. He's got some power.
Coach K, after the Grayson Allen three, here was the reaction. He had the lower back surgery 1 month ago.
The man needs help. He definitely does. I mean, he should be locked in the chair. Oh, goodness, what this game can do to you.
Roselle Nix, 7 of 9 at the free throw line coming into today's action. He's got a pair here, in and out.
Stay on the line, big guy.
6 ACC teams in the top 25, including Duke at 21. And Mike Krzyzewski, when we asked him yesterday about the conference, he said, it's the first time I can remember and honestly say that all 15 teams are talented enough to be NCAA tournament teams, but just the way that things line up in the conference, it's a tough road, and Pittsburgh's finding out the hard way.
Top to bottom, it is the best, I think. Would you agree?
I agree. So many talented teams. A couple of weeks ago, Florida State, who I thought was, you know, and they lost a few games. And
nothing can be taken for granted.
Duke has made its last 7 shots from the field, 4 of them from three-point range. They've got a 60-52 lead with under 4 minutes to go.
And here's the danger. Man-to-man right now. A lot of guys can beat you. That's a tough shot, too.
Tatum missed it. Oh, he tried to follow Jamet. Comes away with the offensive rebound. Tip ball, it's Johnson again. Artis was hit in the backcourt.
He saved the basket, though.
And I don't mind that. It would have been a 5-on-1 right there for Pitt.
Exactly.
Grayson Allen didn't get called for that foul.
You got to be a little relaxed. Don't be in a hurry. A little dribble drive got some problems, but that's a good foul. Oh, my goodness.
A phantom foul?
They're very well educated. No, I think there was a touch there, but...
Allen reacted as if he had no contact with Artis. And it does put Pittsburgh in the bonus. 1-1 for Jamel Artis, 72%.
You felt comfortable playing here, I'm sure. Everybody feels it's a great home court advantage.
It really is. It's fantastic. The fans are so engaged and involved, really giving you the help of that 6th man. But you know what? There were some great performances. Great players love to play in this environment for opposing teams. And there were a couple guys that came in here and lit us up during those years.
Is that right? Any come to mind? Some from Carolina, I'm sure.
Monty Williams at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Serr, Florida State. Dennis Scott, Georgia Tech.
Kennard on a kick. Jackson the jumper. Long rebound. Pittsburgh's got it. They're on the move, down by 6. Artis crosses over. Artis! Oh, he gets the roll and a foul. Jamel Artis. Tremendous move going to the hole.
And tremendous indeed. Wow, Jamel Artis could have settled for that pull-up jump shot, but I love the fact that he attacked, put the ball on the floor. Tremendous finish. I'm not sure where I saw the foul. Oh, right there, Luke Kennard reaching in on his arm with the concentration and the strength to finish in traffic.
And it's number 3 on Kennard, and just like that, Pittsburgh is down by 3. A 6-0 burst for Kevin Stallings' squad.
He's got to be happy. No give up in this group.
And this move to man-to-man defense has actually worked thus far for Pitt.
They got one hole down deep there.
It was away from the ball as players got bunched together. Kennard was trying to move without the ball.
Maybe Jones, I'm not sure.
It is Jones who was in the paint, and he picks up his 2nd foul.
The automatic switch on the cross screen.
Jump shot, Allen.
Too late.
Hits it for 3.
Well, you got to close out, and Jeter A little bit concerned because of fouls, not getting there.
Duke looking for some breathing room. 63-57, under 3 minutes to play.
I think Pitt has got to find Young in that mid-post area. Had his way this far all throughout the day today.
Jefferson denying Young. Jeter has to give it up to Artis. Artis, pretty fake. The dish inside, and Jeter throws it down with 2 hands for Pittsburgh.
Takes him a while to get into it, though, but pretty effective dish.
Are you serious? Wow.
63-59. Artis set it up perfectly to his fellow senior.
Double high with a double screen.
Kennard lets it go. Rims out. 1 and done for Duke. Rebounded by Artis.
Well, got a great look on the dribble exchange.
We'll hit 2 minutes to play here at Cameron in a 4-point game. Duke in front. Jones feeds.
That's what you wanted, Grant.
Young the back and against the smaller Jackson. Gives it up. Jeter can't finish, and it's cleared by Tatum.
I'll tell you, the officiating has been pretty good. That was a flop. They let it go. That shot was blocked cleanly. Pretty effective.
You saying the Duke player flop?
Well, on occasion it happens. Why not?
Jefferson trying to hand it to Allen. Step back 3 on the way. Doesn't go. And it's rebounded by Artis. Pittsburgh will push it up the floor with 1:25 to play. Artis the pull-up 3. Off the rim, no good. And Allen's got the board. Duke will slow it down.
He thought he had guys at the rim. That's why he took it.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Little shot in rhythm there. Just couldn't go in for Artis.
And this is where Duke is great, Bird. And they can milk the clock. They got a lot of multiple dribble drive guys. You help or overhelp, they find.
Allen taking his time. 8 to shoot. Allen on a switch. He's got Jeter playing with 4 fouls. Allen to the corner. Ball fake. Tatum shot clock winding down. Allen side rim. Grayson Allen buries it off the bounce.
They're going to check and see.
Grayson Allen from long range.
Look at those hands, by the way.
No, he clearly beat the clock.
Fortuitous. But when you can shoot him, you deserve a break once in a while.
Yes, indeed. And while Grayson Allen, coach, just taking over, getting to the basket, knocking down threes, and showing some emotion here in Cameron.
He's got to be gratified. He has not had an easy year. Well, all he's been through.
It has been confirmed, a 3-pointer that beat the shot clock. Allen has scored the last 9 points for Duke. He now has 17, one of 4 Blue Devils in double figures.
And to your point, he needed a game like this. I know there's still a lot of basketball left here. Pitt down 7 with 49 seconds, but to carry a team down the stretch, it's been a lot of Kennard this year. Not so much Allen, but he's doing it today.
Well, he's brought it on himself, and now I think everything he's relaxed, comfortable, ready to go, and hopefully Duke is as the season progresses.
And Pittsburgh is down by 7 with under a minute to go. Have to work quickly. Jump shot off the rim for Young.
The giveaway, Jefferson.
With 39.8 left. That might have been a last gasp for Pitt.
And you make a great point. There was a period where a couple of possessions where they couldn't score Pitt, and Duke was able to capitalize.
Thursday on CBS, one detective plays by the rules, another breaks them. From the producers of CSI, a whole new day begins. Training Day. New episode Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS.
Sounds like our group up here.
It's been a pleasure sweating through the last 2 hours with you guys up here in the bird's nest.
I mean, we got to, talk about the bird's nest. We're gonna
named after you.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want no part of it.
Red Barber in the old days with the Dodgers, of course.
But the catbird seat.
Walking around campus with this guy next to us is pretty special.
It is.
And look what he did and what he stood for.
Oh, it's a crowd surfing moment for Coach K.
Coach K with a bad back and all.
It's unbelievable. The recovery, the recuperative powers of this guy.
Is he in the mosh pit? 68-59 Duke. Final 32 seconds and a foul called as Artis made his move to the rim.
Boy, he does a nice job crossing over, doesn't he? We saw that in the open floor. That time right at the top.
4th foul on Grayson Allen. Artis to the free throw line.
You got to love Artis. 6'7", as you said. Good size, strength, handle the basketball. It's a little too little, too late.
He's rugged, though. He brings a physical edge. For Pittsburgh, there's no doubt there's been progress for them to do what they did on the road against North Carolina, on the road against Duke. But I know for Kevin Stallings, that's not enough. You want wins.
Exactly. And you can't lose faith as a coaching staff. These kids have stepped up. A lot more wins out there if they stick together.
Artis gets the second one to go down. Damon Wilson will check back in for Pitt, and he replaces Sheldon Jeter, trying to protect him with those 4 fouls.
Probably give a foul. There's his ability to drive it too.
Jones gets it in. Allen is fouled with 30.5 on the clock. Grayson Allen gets a chance to pad the numbers. 17 points. 14 of them during this important stretch for Duke. He scored 3 points in the first 33 minutes of game action. And it's been Allen down the stretch for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, we can't speak for the team and the coaching staff at Duke. This had been a rough time when you think of it. Taking hits and dealing with the media and suggesting what should and should not be done. And then to have these kids, they're young people, and it hurts. It takes a lot of stability to recover.
It does. Mental toughness. And the thing is, when you go through that adversity as a team, it can bring you together and make you stronger. And Duke, if they're productive and using that the right way, it may help them down the road and into the season.
And they were former Duke players, Grant, one of your former teammates, Christian Laettner, who seemed to thrive on it when there was scrutiny. He used it somehow. J.J. Redick at times did the same. It's still asking a lot. Bucket goes for Michael Young. Grayson Allen now with 19 points. He's the high man for Duke. They've got a comfortable lead, 22 seconds left. Is now available on PGAtour.com and CBSSports.com. Moments away, in 2 minutes, you'll be able to pick up the action. And then immediately after our broadcast, we'll have it for you right here on CBS.
Give it away right away with the foul.
Allen has scored 16 points in the last 7 minutes of regulation. He can tack on 2 more at the free throw line.
You know, you talk about adversity, going back to Christian Laettner, what they had to do and overcome. I work with Jay Billis, and we talk about overcoming difficulties.
So you're saying you overcame adversity?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, indeed.
Broad shoulders, Bill. You have broad shoulders.
Life is not fair.
Life is definitely not fair. Mr. Billis.
Yeah.
The Billustrator.
Exactly. He's been in here a few times.
Well, Coach K is back in an upward position. That's nice.
I love the love.
Great deal of affection.
70-62. Allen with 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists.
And more importantly, maybe a clear mind, Bird. You know, moving forward.
I agree. Just looks relaxed, calm, in control, and obviously taking over here down the stretch for the Blue Devils.
He plays with that attack mode mentality. And obviously, it's been a problem for him as well. He was suspended the 1 game because of the tripping. Uncontested. It's Michael Young. So it's harnessing that energy and that edge and using it to your advantage.
And Bird, 3 in a row. Watch out. This team might be ready for the long run.
Hard fought here at home. Duke prevails over Pittsburgh. 72-64, the return of Mike Krzyzewski to the bench. Out a month after lower back surgery, his team is now 6-4 in the ACC, 18-5 overall. Duke seems to be back on track. Pittsburgh drops to 1-9 in the highly competitive ACC. For Bill Raftery and Grant Hill, this is Ian Eagle saying so long from Durham. Coming up, 3rd round coverage of the Waste Management.